this video, I'm going to discuss the Epson Color Tone Matching Assistant. Now, we've all seen where we designed something of a certain color, and then when we went to print it out, the color didn't match what our design was when it came out of the printer. So Epson has created a kind of a nifty little tool that would probably save us some trial and error time. So how this is used, you go to your source file and you get the RGB values of the color that you used. And then you punch those values into the color tone matching assistant. There's a couple of settings, and that is the one is called patch count, and there's I have it set on 3x3. There's also a 5x5, and all that does is if you go from the smaller one to the larger one, it prints out more patches, so you kind of have more choices to choose from on that and get values for. Then there's the step range, and that's used for if the difference between your design and what prints out is slight, then you would put a lower value in there. If the difference is pretty drastic, like I have here, you would put a higher value in there. I used 15, and that pretty much seemed to work out pretty good for that more drastic difference. Once you punch those values in there, also it tells you how many patches it's going to print out. It shows you how many labels are going to be used for the printout on the patches, and you want to populate this with the size of the media that you have in the printer, and it gleans this from your printer driver, the setting that you currently have set in there. And once you have those set up, you just click print, and out come your patches. I have continuous paper in mine. I did a scan of that, and so it's kind of separating the label sizes out since I had it set to the 4x4x2. But nevertheless, that's what came out, just a contiguous page. And what you do at that point is you just check out your logo. The color, how it looks on the screen is what you're wanting, and you find the one that most closely matches to that, and you will then use those RGB values in your design program. So what you'll kind of wind up with the inverse, where the color won't look correct on the screen, but when it prints out, it will, and that's kind of what you're after. The one drawback to that is that it's useful for solid colors, but if you have gradients or you're trying to kind of work with a photo, that's not really going to be much help to you, unfortunately. If you were trying to go with a solid color, and you find your color and you want to maybe give her more of a suntan, so to speak, if you try to use that color and then fill that in for her, you would get something that looks like that. Now, that's not really going to work out too well for you unless you're doing cartoons. So anyway, that about covers it, I think, and it is a useful tool. It would save me a lot of time on certain things. So with that said, I hope you have a great day, and thank you very much for watching.